Did you cheat on Ari?
I realized that I could never go back and live in Ethiopia because...
Nothing is shame. Just what are you think?
May I finish? Seeing you come this time, that it sunk into me like me and you were not going to end up together in the end.
So dudes, welcome back to the #1 YouTube channel in the entire world. Today we're talking about Ari and Biniyam on 90 Day Fiancé because they easily have the messiest relationship. Biniyam is a serial cheater, and Ari over here is a hypocrite that recently invited her ex-husband to stay with her and Biniyam and their child together in Ethiopia. The situation is very dramatic. Strap in your seatbelt socks. We got a lot to cover with this couple. We're going to be covering everything from the most recent drama from the latest episode of the show, when Biniyam is going out partying with his friends, turning his phone off. Meanwhile, he has a wife and a baby in the United States that desperately need him, and he is cutting off that communication. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the backstory, their history as individuals and as a couple. So this is going to be a thick daddy video. Ari, short for Ariella, is from Princeton, New Jersey, and Biniyam is from Ethiopia. Ari has an interesting story. When she was 16 years old, she went and lived in Argentina by herself. There she met her ex-husband, and they were together for 10 years. Ari says the main cause of the breakup between her and her ex was the fact that she changed her mind and wanted children, and he did not, or at least she thought that he would never consider having children with her. So they broke up. Very quickly after Ari separates with her ex, she meets up with Biniyam in Ethiopia, and bam, she gets pregnant. So what have we learned from this class? It seems like Ari has never had a period where she was single playing the field. She's always been wifed up. For me, hands down, the weirdest thing about Biniyam and Ari's relationship is that when you type in Ari and Biniyam on YouTube, the third video to pop up is Biniyam's wedding video with his ex-wife. This wedding video with Biniyam and his ex has over 800,000 views, and I think that's more than any video he has with Ari, which is very ironic. I watched the entire thing, so you guys don't have to. It's a typical wedding video, and then there's this small segment of the video where Biniyam becomes Magic Mike, and he's dancing shirtless on his wife, and she's just laying there in prone position, and then you see all their friends and family cheering along. It's kind of weird to do this in front of everybody, or at least that's what I think, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If I was Ari, I'd low-key be kind of butthurt about this. I didn't ask to watch this video. I typed in Biniyam and Ari, and this video came up, so YouTube is pretty messy. People often make the mistake of comparing Biniyam to Soulja Boy because they're both from Africa and both produce music. The difference is that Biniyam's music is actually good and Soulja Boy's music is actual dog water. I'm gonna leave Biniyam's song in the bio of this video so you guys can check it out after you watch this video. I think the music video is well made and really showcases a lot of the talent in Ethiopia. It's almost like French Montana's video Unforgettable. It features a lot of kids dancing, a lot of local people dancing, and I really like that vibe. Before we continue reviewing this cringe couple on the show, I'd like to tell you about today's video sponsor, Exter. Exter is the world's largest smart wallet brand. This company produces high-end trackable wallets designed to be slim, sleek, and keep your valuables safe. As you can see, the wallet is mad luxurious, comes in a lot of colors, and if you push the button, bam, the cards come out of the top. Imagine this, you're on a date with a guy, all of a sudden he's like, hey waiter, can I have the bill? Bam, throws it down with this sleek wallet. Also could pay in cash. He has a little money clip right here. I think that this is the future of wallets. I think that that look, I'll show you an example by the way, because I have a Gucci wallet. I don't want to flex on you guys, but I prefer the Extra wallet over the Gucci wallet because the Gucci wallet makes there look like there's a giant bulge in my pants and it's not my member, which is just kind of cringe. It makes me seem like a dad, as opposed to this, you don't get that bulge in your pocket. They're currently running a Black Friday sale up to 40% off site-wide. My guys, this is like the Tesla of wallets. It's trackable worldwide, voice activated and solar powered. And it's also really nice that if someone steals my wallet, I have the tracker right here so I can just boop boop, see where they're at, all of a sudden get the authorities involved, or beat down the thief myself. If you guys are interested in getting your very own Extra wallet, click the link in the bio of this video, and when you're checking out, make sure to use code Yourwetsock to get a higher percentage off on top of what you're already getting from the sale. Big thanks again to them for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to our featured program of absolutely ripping this couple to shreds. Let's talk briefly about Biniyam and Bria, his ex-wife. They were together for a couple years, but the relationship took a drastic turn when she discovered some text messages on Biniyam's phone, obviously texting other girls. Next thing you know, Bria divorces Biniyam, gets custody of her child, and moves to America. There's no doubt that Biniyam has a lot of regrets and misses his son every single day. We can also see from the relationship between Biniyam and Ari that he is very scared of Ari repeating what his ex-wife did, taking their child, going to America, and while in America, never planning to actually visit Ethiopia ever again. Biniyam seems like a cool dude. He's good at martial arts, he's good at working out, he can make music. He seems like a very talented individual, and whenever he's on camera, I think he absolutely crushes it. So there's a lot of talent that this dude has going for him. I do think that he has a lot of problems, especially with with cheating. I think he is an emotional cheater and a physical cheater, to be quite honest with you, and he has a lot of things that he needs to sort out. But at the same time, Ari is not perfect. And I'll be honest with you guys, at first, I didn't like Ari as much. Now, I kind of think that they both kind of suck and they both have things to work on. Biniyam is scared that Ari will not return to Ethiopia. Let's find out why.
Like, you're having a great time without me. You go to the club, like, every weekend for, like, 3 weeks.
Because now I'm alone, like all my friends just like they want to invite me because they want to make me like feel better. I know that's why they make you upset.
No, you know what makes me upset? When I call you and you turn your phone off for 3 hours.
I understand what Biniyam's saying, but he has a bad habit of doing a lot of this and not a lot of actions. Actions speak louder than words do. For someone that supposedly misses his family so much, it's very weird that you turn your phone off for long periods of time, especially when Biniyam goes to clubs. He will often turn his phone off. And for Ari, who's in America with the child and with her family, this is a huge red flag that you're going to clubs with your friends and you're turning off your phone. And given this dude's past bad habits with cheating, yeah, if I was Ari, I would be freaking out. If your phone's off, I'm with the baby, I'm in another place, and you're out partying.
አሪና ቪኬዶ በኋላ የአሪ ቅናት በጣም እየጨመረ መጥቷል። ውስጤ ፍራቻ አለ ካሉት ነገሮች ጥሩ ግንኙነት ስለሌለን
I don't want to just be negative and shit on this guy. Something positive that Biniyam could do to fix this is don't turn your phone off, and also take a picture of you and your boys hanging out. Don't take a picture of a bunch of the girls that are with you on the DL. Take a picture of you and the boys at the club and be like, hey, I'm drinking with my friends. If I'm not responding fast, that's why. I'm out having a good time. That would reassure her a lot.
እንደ ሰውየው እንግዲህ መቼም ሚስት ደወለች ብሎ ስልኩን እያለ እንደሚያነሳው ማለት የለብንም። ከባድ ባህሪ ማለት እሷ የምትፈልገው መጠን አለ የመረዳት መጠን ማለት ነው። ቢኒ ደግሞ ይሄንን ማስረዳት ስለማይችል በዚህ ትበሳጫለች።
While watching this particular scene, it's very clear to me why a lot of Biniyam's friends and family don't like Ari that much, because he doesn't relay the full truth to his friends and family, so their opinion on her is very skewed. Also, public opinion with regards to the show changes depending on what happens per episode. Let's not forget that Ari invited her ex-husband, Leandro. I keep wanting to call this dude Leonardo because I think of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but his name's Leandro. Ari said she was homesick, so she invited her ex-husband that she was with for 10 years to come and live with them in Ethiopia for a brief period of time.
That's suspicious.
I wish you'd be happy, you know.
Yeah, for the most part, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But you know, the one thing I'm really happy about though is my ex-husband, Leandro. He's coming.
I think you miss him.
Of course I miss him. He's my best friend.
That is a huge red flag, my guy. There's a difference between being homesick and inviting your ex-husband to come and live with you. What I'm trying to say is Biniyam and Ari are both the hero and the villain of their own tale. They both do messed up things. Biniyam needs to turn on his phone and work on his communication skills. Ari needs to work on just being honest about situations. If you wanted closure with your ex, say that. Don't say that it's because you're homesick. She tells us that many nights out of the week, Biniyam will spend a lot of his time out late with his friends.
You helped a lot because so many times, like when Bini he goes out, he stays out all night, you know, and I would be alone with the baby.
Yes.
It's very hard.
Yeah, because I know it's hard for you.
As you guys know, I've done this before multiple times. I lived in the Netherlands for a long time, and I also lived in Bulgaria for a long time. It was worse when I lived in Bulgaria, I think, because I didn't speak the language. I was learning the language, but it is hard when you go to a different country, you don't have your support system. Her next move is kind of sus, and I don't agree with it. Now, because she feels isolated, she wants to call over her best friend, who just so happens to be Leandro, her ex-husband. She was with this guy for 10 years, but I guess they remained in close contact, and they're still best friends, and they still talk almost every other day. I don't care what your religion is, your culture, where you're from. We can all collectively say that this is really weird. And if the opposite happened, if Biniyam invited his ex to live with them, I guarantee Ari would have a problem with it. From Ari doing this after explaining what she just explained, it feels like she's inviting her ex over to stay with them to make Bini jealous, as opposed to just talking with him about your guys' problems. Also, I don't know if everyone remembers this, but a while ago, Ari had a huge problem with Bini dancing with an ex, yet she can invite her ex to come and live with them. So do you guys see what I'm saying here? Because that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Do you think it's weird that my ex-husband is coming? Like an Ethiopian woman, would they ever have their ex-husband visit
No.
them?
No way. In this country, when you were divorcing, you will not meet him again.
That's definitely not just in Ethiopia. We all think this is mad weird. Ari, if you're still best friends with your ex, the question on everybody's mind is, are you guys still in love with each other? Because it seems very strange, especially when you think about the timeline, because you guys broke up because you didn't want to have kids. So you moved to Ethiopia and had a kid with Biniyam. Also, while we're at it, I just want to highlight this beautiful African woman, Bini's sister. The sister's trying to stay out of their business and support both of them. And I think that that speaks volumes about her character as a person, because she could easily bash Ari for this. The very concept of inviting an ex to come and stay with you guys is almost like inviting a fox into the hen house.
No, just you are friends, no?
We're very good
I
friends.
know.
Let's see what Bini thinks.
Yes, we're great friends. She's probably gonna suck his cock in Bini's home. I can't believe that this is allowed. I am totally Team Bini at this point because she did this. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Now let's take a look at that moment when we meet Leandro and he lays on his charm from Argentina or wherever he's from. I'm excited to see this guy because I'm Team Bini and I hope Bini beats this dude up in his house. Throughout the time Ari's ex is in Ethiopia, her, Bini, and the ex all have to interact together and it's very awkward. Tensions really rise with all three of them. At one point, Bini invited Leandro to go do MMA training with him, where he went a little bit harder than usual and put Leandro in his place and made sure that he knew who was alpha. Then he questioned Leandro if Leandro still had feelings for Ari, and Leandro said yes, those feelings don't go away. So there's a fox in the hen house, Ari. Way to create this situation. Next thing you know, Ari goes and meets with Leandro and basically tries to convince him that she's happy when she's obviously not, because she invited him to Ethiopia. Basically, this girl's playing with fire, hope she doesn't get burned, and Biniyam doesn't kill everybody and burn the whole house down.
I'm happy you came, but it was weird because I think it wasn't until seeing you come this time that it sunk into me, like me and you were not gonna end up together in the end.
Wait, what? So before this dude touched down, you thought that you were gonna end up with this dude instead of Biniyam? I'm so confused. So from what Ari just said, she had an emotional affair and she's emotionally cheating on Biniyam because she's taking away time and energy that she could invest into her relationship with her partner that she has a child with, because she still has feelings for us. How do you not know that you and your ex wouldn't end up together someday until he landed in Ethiopia? So that totally discredits all of the time and the energy and the investment that you've had with Biniyam that we've seen on the show, because your heart was in another place. Here's the thing too that took me a while to realize. At first I thought emotional cheating was bullshit, but for some people the physical act of cheating hurts less than emotional cheating.
Because I knew that, like, intellectually, but like actually having you here and stuff, like, it's different.
Ari can paint this however she wants. When someone's feeling homesick, they don't invite their ex that they've never really ended their feelings with to their new home. And if anyone disagrees with me, you're fucking wrong.
You know?
I mean, when you told me, like, you were seeing someone else, I assumed already that the relationship was vanishing.
From this, I'm gathering that Leandro's the way more emotionally intelligent out of the two of them. Obviously, what he said is correct. Once you guys broke up and Ari found another dude, he was like, okay, the relationship's over, and moved on. Ari did not move on. She just wanted to go have a baby, and it seems like Leandro was her exit strategy, but she got tied up with Biniyam and the show. I don't know exactly what happened, but from an outsider looking in, it seems like she just used Biniyam to have a child, and then her plan all along was to exit and get back with her ex.
I love Ethiopia. Like, I mean, I get frustrated here. There's things I don't like, but like, I see so much potential, like, to have a family here, to make a life here. So oddly enough, I feel like at home.
Yeah.
Homie just said, yeah, but his internal monologue is like, yo, if you're at home, what am I doing here? And he even goes on to say, obviously you don't feel at home because I'm still here and you invited me, so.
I have a hard time buying it because she was feeling homesick. Therefore, home is not here.
I think Ari has put her ex Leandro in a very difficult situation because he's trying to patch things up with Ari, or at least still see if something's there, while at the same time walking that fine line because he doesn't want to get his ass beat by Biniyam and get absolutely stomped out in Ethiopia. He has no rights in Ethiopia. Like, I'm sure if a fight broke out and Biniyam called the police, maybe he knows one of the cops. Maybe Leandro goes away for a long time. I don't know. When I travel and I go to a different place, I'm somewhat somewhat cautious because I don't speak the language and I don't know what's going to happen to me. They might just be like, you know what? Fuck this American tourist. Let's throw him in jail. Who knows, right? So I think Leandro is in a very weird situation, and Ari is 100% at fault for his situation and Biniyam's situation. Also, Leandro brought up a good point about opportunities. However, I don't think Ari's very concerned about opportunities because she's still getting supported by her parents. So it's just one of those things where it's a typical person going on the show that's like 30s or 40s still getting supported by their family. People need to figure it out.
Are you sure this is what you want to do for your future? Marrying Bini, building a family.
I really like the way Leandro speaks and is on camera. I feel like he seems like the kind of person that's the same on camera versus off camera. And I think that he would be having this conversation with Ari regardless of whether the cameras were there. He seems like a good friend to have. It sucks because I think as viewers, we like both Leandro and Bini. Problem is that Ari is like the Helen of Troy in this situation. It feels like we have to pick sides and we don't really want to.
I love Bini so much, and I believe he thinks he wants to marry me. But I don't know if he knows how to be a husband. He has a lot of things that he needs to work on, like...
He doesn't know how to be a husband? Did he invite his ex to come live with you? Are you fucking high? This girl is trolling. Are you kidding? He's not ready to be a husband because he's up late at night working on his music, and then he goes out with his friends after he's worked in the studio. So does every artist in the music industry. Also, Bini's family, especially the sister, helps Ari take care of things. So I really fail to understand. Ari, what do you do all day? Because you still have your parents supporting you and everything. It seems like you're a brat that found herself in this situation through her own words and actions and has a lot of regrets. Otherwise, you wouldn't be inviting your ex to come and feel like I'm homesick, and then he gets there and then you're not. You're constantly changing your mind. I feel like you're bored, you're a brat, and you need to get with the program. Hands down, the most cringe and entertaining thing this couple did was when Ari and Bini thought it'd be a good idea to meet up with both of their exes and all have dinner together and hash things out. Let's roll the clip on that because it is just chef's kiss. So when the scene opens up, Ari says that she can't believe that Bini invited her ex to dinner, yet Ari's ex can stay and live with them the entire time. She's very hypocritical here. I think that she's so butthurt about it because when Bini's ex shows up,
is Ariana ex-husband.
Ex-husband?
Yeah.
Really?
I think collectively we can all look around and say that girl right there is gorgeous. And from what we can see from Ari and knowing Ari, she's very insecure about the way she looks. She got a lot of cosmetic surgery. I feel like she wouldn't necessarily have this reaction if Bini's ex wasn't a complete smoke show. Ari goes on to say that Bini inviting his ex is him getting revenge on her. Once again, you have your ex living with you guys. It's a very weird situation. And so, you know, my main man Leandro was super honest about the situation. He was like, yo, when I saw Bini's ex roll up, I was like, damn, she's gorgeous. Leandro goes on to say to him it doesn't make sense that they're not together and he would love to know what happened with their relationship. I'm gonna take a wild guess given Bini's history that he cheated on this girl too. I think it's hilarious that Leandro had this kind of reaction when seeing Bini's ex. He's like, damn bro, why'd you downgrade to Ari?
Why did the two of you break up?
Why are you asking her now?
You can ask him anything you want. He give you advice. It's only fair.
He asked me the same question, so
It's fair. You should answer the question.
Hey guys, part 2 of Bini and Ari will be out later this week. Tomorrow I'll be posting a video of Big Ed, or Little Edward as we like to call him on this channel, on the single life. Going to get back on a good schedule of posting videos on the regular. And if you have any videos you would like to see me make, let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow.